Good morning, everyone. It's Miss Finnegan here, and today is day 13 of Flexible Learning Instruction from Home. Before we get started on our learning objectives, let's take a look at our quote for today. Today's quote says, "Be kind to yourself so you can be happy enough to be kind to the world." I love this quote because it's important to remember during this time when we're home more than we're used to and doing more at home by ourselves that we are being kind to ourselves. How I be kind to myself, how I treat myself with kindness is by making sure I get out and go for a walk and get some fresh air, or making sure that I take a break during the day if I'm feeling like I need one. So that's what you should be doing too. If you're feeling like the work is a little bit too much and you want to take a quick break, please do that. That's being kind to yourself. Try to think of ways that you can treat yourself with kindness today. Now, with that in mind, let's move on to look at what we are going to be working on today. Today in reading, we are still going to be choosing from our choice menu. So, day 14 to 11 choices. Some of you may be designing a new book cover today. Some of you may be writing a new ending for your book, like I showed you in yesterday's video. Some of you may be creating a new title for one of your books and explaining why you chose that title. I showed you that a few days ago. Now today what I'm going to show you is the 5 new vocabulary words and listing synonyms and antonyms. So one of my buddies chose that yesterday, Abby. I'm going to use yours as an example because you did a really awesome job doing that. And I'm going to take you guys over to Abby's slide right now. So Abby found these words in her book, and I actually created the table for her. If you don't know how to create a table and you want to work on this assignment today, here's what I'm going to suggest you to do. If you ever need any of my help, I want you to click on a word, and up here is where you create a comment. So when you add the comment, you might say, "Miss Finn, and you help me create a table?" And then you write comment. When you comment, it goes right to my email so I can help you super quickly. So that goes for math, reading, or writing, or social studies. Anytime you need help or you're stuck on something, comment, because pressing that comment button will get my attention very quickly, and then I'll be able to answer you in real time. Okay, so anyway, this is what Abby did. In the middle, she chose all the words from her book. Now on the side are antonyms. Antonyms for your words are opposite meanings. Synonyms on this side are the same or similar meanings. So let's look at what Abby has. She has the word gasped. Her opposite is sighed, and her other synonym that she said is surprise. So when you gasp, you can be surprised. That's a similar word. Delicious is another word she found. Her opposite antonym was gross, and her synonym was yummy. Another word that she found was quickly, and her opposite word was slowly, and her synonym word was fast. So as you can see, Abby was using all of her vocab words to figure out synonyms and antonyms. And as you can see, I had a little sticker in there saying "you the best" or "yo the best," really. So that was reading if you chose to do that one today. Some of you might not be choosing the vocab. So let's move on to our next writing assignment. And some of you are going to really enjoy this. Today we are going to be working on fairy tales. So today's lesson says fairy tales at the top, and I've created this table so you can pre-write. So remember, with fairy tales, there's usually royalty, trolls, witches, dragons. Now, if you want to do more of a superhero fantasy fairy tale, that's totally fine with me. So if you're not into doing princes and princesses, and maybe you want to do somebody with superpowers and magic, that's okay with me too. But it's easy to remember fairy tales. And what I'm going to try to do is think of a fairy tale I know very well. And I'm going to think of the fairy tale Cinderella. I'm going to try to tweak my fairy tale. We call those fractured fairy tales, and change it. So I'm going to use that story and change it a little bit to create my own. I think you all might have done this in 2nd grade. Let's go back to your planning. So my characters, instead of a Cinderella character, I'm going to name her Trishilla, because she is going to be cleaning up trash instead of Cinderella. Trishilla, she's going to have an evil stepmother. she's going to have a stepsister named Marissa and a stepbrother named Carlos. And then she's going to have a buddy character. Trishilla is going to have a buddy character that has her cat, Sophie. Okay, the setting is going to be in a grand castle in the town of Sparkleton. The problem. So the problem is the evil stepmother won't let not Cinderella, Trishilla out of the house to audition for an art contest. Now I know in Cinderella, she wants to meet a prince and she wants to go to the ball, but instead of doing that, I am more thinking that Trishilla is going to be a real girl that likes to work really hard, so she is going to try to enter an art contest because around the house when she captures all of the trash and she's cleaning, she likes to build things out of it. I'm kind of building this character in my mind. So she wants to enter this art contest and she's going to use the trash as the sculpture, but her evil stepmother won't let her. So that's what I think is going to happen. So what I think she's going to do is build a way to escape using all the trash she has to clean up in the castle. So I love this because the main character is solving her own problem. So once I kind of think of what the problem is and what the solution will be, I have to start building the world of the fairy tale and I have to create my paragraphs. This might be tricky for some, but remember, I'm going to go back and show you how to create a comment if you need me. So up here in the corner, comment, you're going to create the comment and you can just ask me any questions that you would like and I will pop in there very quickly to help you. Okay, so if you're stuck, think of a fairy tale or a superhero story or a folk tale that you already know. Three Little Pigs, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, and try to use that to help you create the story. Awesome. All right, let's move on to what we're doing in math today. In math today, we are working on our purple slides. You are going to watch this fraction and number story video, and then you're going to complete these two problems, or these two slides with 4 problems on total. So, just like yesterday, you'll complete those problems, and then you will do fact practice. And after that, you get your game, and then you may stop. Okay. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about is social studies. Today in social studies, you are going to create a suitcase. So yesterday you created a memory coat that would travel with you from wherever you are from with your heritage, so for me, Ireland, to America. Now today you're going to need a suitcase to be packed from your travels to America. So what you have to do is create your suitcase and then write about packing your suitcase. Maybe explain why you chose these items. I'm going to show you what I have. In my suitcase, I packed many things that I love and I thought I would need on my long journey to America. The first thing that I packed in my suitcase was something for warmth. I chose a coat and also a blanket. The next thing I packed in my suitcase was snacks, water, and hand sanitizer. I wanted to make sure that I could eat, have something to drink, and then stay clean and healthy. Another thing to keep me clean and healthy I packed was a first aid kit with medicine I needed, band-aids, bandages, and anything I would need just in case I get hurt on my journey. Another thing I thought would be super important is a book. The journey to America is long, so I can read. And I also brought my phone and my headphones so I could listen to music and fall asleep. And the last few things that I brought on my journey was an ID to make sure that I could show who I was when I landed, and money. That's going to be really important. So that's what I packed in my suitcase. Please be creative with whatever you put in your suitcase. And as you can see, mine says San Finnegan. I have a little tag. and tell me what you packed and why you packed it in your journal entry. So today I'm going to read 2 more chapters of James and the Giant Peach. You can look for that in the slideshow. And I think that concludes everything you'll be doing for your workday today. So the one thing I just want you to remember is those comments. If you need me, I know a lot of my friends have figured out how to use them, but you can always make that comment and I will pop into your work as soon as possible. And of course, you can always Flipgrid. I think I'm pretty good with getting back to you on that. All right, everyone, have an awesome day and remember to be kind to yourself. Bye.